It's cold out. Joe.
Good morning. I can't hear anybody.
Allison.
Good morning.
Good morning, Allison. Yeah, good. Wow. That's wild. Did it seem like a long weekend for anybody else?
No.
Oh my word.
Quite the
It
opposite.
seemed,
Quite the opposite.
Not long enough.
seemed long.
Not enough sleep.
No.
Shit. Seemed long.
Tired.
I work more than anybody here.
Oh.
Sheesh.
Oh.
Work. I didn't say busy.
Oh. Okay. You got me there.
Anybody else want water?
I think I'm still staring at the one from last week.
Good man. What is that? Yeah. Good. Anybody else?
Anybody else want to flush him?
Mm-hmm. Man, I'll try to turn that down.
What's up, bro?
Tim, Allison, dang.
Maybe that's what it is too.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So go ahead.
I have a refrigerator that I had on my back porch, and anytime it dropped below what I had set, it would go days without running. Everything would freeze inside of it.
Yeah, I think that's. Dang. Well, makes it pretty efficient, I guess.
Saves you some money during time.
Yeah, it'll work overtime in the summer.
Yep.
Make up.
Oh, trust me.
Cool. Good. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning. We got Nathaniel. Who else is
She's on
over
here.
there? And Tim. Good morning, Tim.
She said she wanted to sleep in today.
Oh, everybody's kind of
Quote unquote sleeping.
feeling
I
it a
know.
little
She
bit.
did mention to me yesterday that she was going to come by.
Uh
She was going to try.
oh.
She was going to try.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Dang. I'm liking to see it at church though too. Seeing everybody.
Church show too.
Yeah, church is awesome. Almost feels like we should do chasing alignment there. Everybody, all of us are working out before church. Good.
With the blood phone.
We put why we get others. Oh, and Wahid.
Yeah, Wahid. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Wade.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
How's Africa this morning?
It's cool.
How's that
Just
weather?
enjoying.
Beautiful, man.
There's the tree
Yeah.
of
Good
life
morning.
right there.
Yeah, the tree of life.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
It's good. Oh. Okay. Right on. Cool. Well, we'll get this workout going. We're right about that time. Again, I just always, every morning. So it's week 2, 15th January, Monday, write your thankful in. And then as we're always waiting, jotting something down. Once you start jotting, then you're able to start journaling. So it just starts getting into that flow, and then just watching and waiting. And then like right about now, we'll start doing the workout. So, okay. I think Joanne's gonna probably crush us today. So,
I'll show you guys.
but I know Joe's feeling sick, so she's gonna jot and journal why we die. Not contagious sick. Body sick. Good.
Okay. So today, today we will open the store for some air and go for a run.
Okay, so we'll do a run, but anybody online can do jumping jacks or run in place. Okay.
Just a little run down the driveway to then.
So anything, any part of this though, any part, and still anybody online, it's about just seeing where you're at today. It's not where we were when we were 20 years old. It's where you're at today. And so figuring out like, oh, okay, I'm actually feeling better than I thought I was even feeling. I went a little bit further, but it's never about pushing it through that whole deal. Okay? Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure.
Have 10 toy soldiers, put your hand out like this, go straight leg, just try to kick out your hands, 10 of them, so
Okay.
10 of those. 10 jumping squats or squats, so jump squat, you go down, up, 1. Supine twist, go on your back, hands to the side, foot just kind of nice. Lower back, your hips, everything, just stretch over. Take your time on those, 10 of those, 10 sit-ups, or you could just do crunches however you want.
Okay.
High knees, 20 of them, like football player stuff, and then butt kicks. 20 of
Okay.
those.
Good. Everybody good online? Everybody got it? And if you kind of get lost again, just be in line, in rhythm with somebody else you can see. Okay? Good. You feel good? Okay.
I'm just going to
It's
go
good to
slow.
see you guys. Okay, get ready. 15 minutes. Just remember, stay with breath. Okay? Here we go. Who's got the music?
Imaginary Rob is.
I know, where's Rob at? What are we listening to this morning?
We'll do 5 rounds, guys.
Hardcore or subtle rock? I don't know. Changes. Seems like we're going hardcore.
Let's do Martin Luther King, baby. Head to tree.
I did too.
Imagine if you got what you want every time. No struggle, no hard work, no challenges, no hard work required. Some of you are saying that would be great. You would be weak because you have never gone through anything that strengthens you. Remember,
go. Ready? Let's rock. And 15 minutes. Stay with breath.
Sometimes you just want to quit. But what if I told you you are the chosen one? Have you ever felt like an outcast? Fought strong but felt like you're outclassed. Defeat is something that you feel when the doubts cast. A shadow to hide all roadblocks you got past. Without that you will give up the run, not hear a loud blast and the race has begun. I see a spark strike when you touch the ground. The crowd chanting your name and you're focused to hunt that. One spot at the top at the finish line. If you're not the best then you haven't finished. Be aware, no one cares if you trip and stop. Actually that makes it easier for them to take the time. Prepare to suffer. You'll go through any pain. Aim for the ring and be relentless. Exclaim that the trophy is going to be in your hands. And in the end the grave will remember that the next time you bleed. When the day seems great, don't run. Bounce back, because you are the chosen one. You can change in the life you need to be great. You gotta outsmart all of them. Just believe and you'll see the plant the seeds. Close off what you want to say. Make sure that you think the right way. You walk the way of the chosen one. Sometimes it just feels like, sometimes it's so painful, sometimes it's so hard to keep going. But you gotta keep on going, man. You gotta keep on going. At the end of the finish line is everything that you wish. And trust me, you are the chosen one. When the day seems great, don't run. Bounce back because you are the chosen one. You can change in the life you need to be great. You gotta outsmart all of them. Just believe and you'll see the plant the seeds. Close off what you want to say. Make sure that you think the right way. You walk the way of the chosen one.
Love it yet? Right in there. Do you love it yet? Remember, stay with breath. Stay with breath. Seeing where you're at today.
Winners move in silence, there's no time for talking. I don't brag, I let my results do the talking. I live to win. I'm kind of honest, I don't care about showing off, it's really not important. And sometimes I might be crying for months, but that don't mean I'm falling off. It just means I turn distractions off. So much can happen when you stay laser focused. It's about showing up, not showing off. Not everything has to go with social media. I'm not here to pretend I live a good life. I live to make my dreams a reality. There's more to life than trying to get a few likes. So much we see online is all fake, all fake. Everyone becomes a millionaire in 30 days. But there's something that you can't fake.
Work, I see you, Wahid. Nice work. Allison, way to go. Stay Stay in there. Stay with breath. Breath. Start checking in with your body, your mind, your emotions, spiritual, relational. Okay, good. You only got like 3 more minutes. Do you love it yet? Good. Stay in that. Listen for your truth. Good. Nice work. Check in. Stay with breath. Way to go. Good. Just a couple more seconds. Nice work. Nice work. There you go. Okay. Good. Way to check in. Nice work. Good.
Stay down. Sun down and sun up.
Nice. Good.
We up. Yeah.
Good. Way to go. That's it. Nice work. Nice work. Way to go. There we go. Nice work. go ahead and start writing. Go ahead and start writing your truths down. Okay. Start writing your truths. Okay. Nice work, though.
Tim, good morning, brother.
Good morning.
Okay, good. We'll start sharing. Okay. Tim, you get to go first this morning. Okay.
Good morning, guys. I stole this from somebody, but it's really good. Words matter. Words are like a hammer. They can be used to build someone up or tear someone down.
Good. Good. Dang, that is good. Words do matter, man. What's that old thing? Sticks and stones may break brave bones. Word will hurt. It's good. Very cool. Read. What you got?
My truth for the day is born for grace.
Born from grace?
Born for grace.
Born for grace. Sounds like that should be in a movie or something. Born for grace. It's good. Allison.
He refines us because he loves us.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nathaniel.
I got two. I got pain is part of the game. You just got to keep going. And then be that person.
Yeah.
Is it gain or game?
Game.
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 Pain is part of the game.
Be that person. Cool. Sean.
Let the results show.
Nice. Natalia. It's only one-sided. Yeah.
You can't have a good relationship with God if it's only one-sided.
Yeah, it's really good. Joe.
Suffering leads to success.
Good. Emma.
You can't fake results.
Yeah. Very good. Bree.
Be patient. You can't rush God's plan.
Yeah, that's really good. Good. Chuck.
Never give up.
Yeah.
If you give it to God, He will handle it for you.
Yeah. Nice work.
Hey, I'm sorry, real quick. I'm giving it slow. Breathe. Be patient.
Don't rush God's plan.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Chuck's never give up. What was the second part of yours, Chuck?
If you give it to God, He will handle it for you.
Good. Michael.
I'm not ending here. Harder done.
Yeah. Good. What was that last part that you said though?
Harder done.
Harder done?
Yeah. It's harder done. No, it's like easier said than done. It's harder done.
That's how you want to
Not like mine over easy.
It's still cold up top.
No, not cold.
Oh, that's right. That's sunny side up. Yeah.
Andy, what you got?
It's not about. Oh, it's about showing up, not showing off.
Showing up, not showing.
That's good. Good. Kind of blended two of them together. I am the chosen one. I let my results show.
I let my results show.
Yeah, I let my results show. That's awesome. No, he's talking about the one. When he keeps going from one to one.
All the demons, he's on the mountain of demons coming after him. He's just slaying them and creating a mountain. He's on top of this mountain of dead demons. He's just like, I don't need to know you. You only need to know me. Pretty intense.
Pretty intense. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. Everybody ready to dig into some other stuff, or do we want to go over anything from this weekend? Yeah, that's usual. We usually do what was church about, but now
Pizza.
just no water walkers. But what is that? Pizza.
That's my answer. I was going to say that.
I'm happy you guys got the pizza stuff in your head about service. What's stuck in my head is how passionate is some of you are going to be in a hospital bed or next to it.
Mhm.
That stuff really
Just never, yeah.
But I like the pizza part.
So I'm gonna just burn through real quick what we went over last week, and then we'll start what we're doing this week. Water Walkers week 1. God is real. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. The Holy Spirit confronts us, reveals our sins, and heals us. Helps us live for the glory of God. The second day, Tuesday, the voice in your mind does not define you. You are simply the one who listens to it. When you practice centering techniques, you gain control over an alternate environment within your inner world. Personal growth involves going beyond the part of oneself that feels not okay and requires protection. When you become aware that you are the one hearing the voice speaking, you can start to recognize the one who observes the voice. And then on Wednesday, we ended up going in. Allison and Michael ended up sharing with us theirs that they've been going over with Steve C. But then also we went over goals. We kind of defined goals, intentions, declaration statements, character. So the goals, the aim or object towards which an endeavor is directed. Intention, idea that you plan or intend to carry out. Declaration statement, a written statement that you swear under penalty of perjury is the truth. And character, what God says about us. Okay? That's like a really fast recap. Of course, that's like
The Spark Notes.
7-8
Can
hours
you go over
of
that again?
8 hours of talking. All summed up in 2 minutes. Good? Everybody
All
understand
last
it?
year.
Yeah, all last year as well. So
Still
yeah.
come to grips with
Into the mic.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, the voice we're gonna go back to in a way. We'll do a meditation right now, but you have the opportunity kind of in this meditation or this relaxing, this listening, just listening to me read some of the stuff that I have for notes, and just listen to that. And I'll read slow enough, let your mind work on it, kind of chew on it, see what sticks. Okay, and we'll be going over this stuff over and over and over again. And then as it's something that really is on your heart or your mind, you're always able to call, and then we digest these things, and then we chew on them. So this, like chasing alignment, is just scratching the surface stuff. It's like just opening the door to really what's possible. All of this ends up being deep practices that you can do. So it's just starting to bring it into your awareness. Okay. So put on a little bit of music. Where's this one going? You turn it on. Yeah, I want to. you guys still hear me online right there? Can you hear me there? Give me a thumbs up, Tim, if you can hear me. Good. Maybe you can hear the music just a little bit, but I just want the music just real light in the background. Okay. So go ahead and just, this is going to take a little while, okay? But again, I want to touch on it over and over and over and over. Okay. So here we go. So we've entered week 2. We've been talking about the voice. Now we're going to talk about discovering your inner roommate. Your inner roommate. Okay, so that voice, and it'll explain it, but start picturing it as an inner roommate. In the quest for true peace and contentment, a profound realization dawns upon us. The key lies in redirecting our focus away from ourselves. Here we encounter the wisdom. The only way to find peace and contentment is to stop thinking about yourself. The only way to find peace and contentment is to stop thinking about yourself. This notion sets the stage for exploring the dynamics of our inner world. Within this realm, we find ourselves as the subject, the witness, while the objects represent what we observe. By mindfully assuming the seat of witness consciousness, we undergo a shift in perspective, choosing to alter our frame of reference rather than attempting to change the external world. This shift grants us a newfound freedom. Instead of becoming entangled in the web of our problems, we gain liberation by objectively watching them unfold. No longer do we allow ourselves to be consumed by the chaos. Instead, we observe it with detachment. It is during this process that we come face to face with our inner roommate, a revelation that we have unknowingly been confined with a maniac all along. This inner voice, the source of our troubles, becomes apparent to us. We become aware of its existence, recognizing the significant role it plays in our lives. The next step is to name this voice, give it an identity, and in acknowledging its presence within us. By doing so, we create separation between ourselves and this internal chatter simply by observing it. We distance ourselves from its influence and gain a clear perspective on our own thoughts and emotions. In essence, I invite you to embark on a journey of self-awareness where we recognize the disruptive nature of our inner roommate. Through the power of observation and detachment, we begin to reclaim control over our inner world and pave the way towards lasting peace and contentment. I'm going to outline of these ideas for week 2. Our inner roommate. The path to your personal growth and inner transformation hinges on the profound realization that true peace and contentment can only be found when you cease to obsess over yourself. It is a pivotal moment when you recognize the incessant internal dialogue, the I, always chattering within. We will never be satisfied. It perpetually finds faults and stirs up trouble. Freedom from problems will forever elude you until You liberate yourself from the part within that harbors countless issues. When a problem disturbs your peace, resist the temptation to ask, "What should I do about it?" Instead, inquire, "What part of me is being disturbed by this?" In doing so, you will turn inward and identify the specific aspects of yourself that is grappling with jealousy, for example. Once you clearly discern the disturbed part, delve deeper and ask, who is it that sees this? Who is the observer of this inner turmoil? This question holds the key to resolving every predicament you face. The mere fact that you can perceive the disturbance implies that you are separate from it. The act of observation necessitates a subject-object relationship. The subject, known as the witness, is the one who observes, while the object is what you perceive: thoughts, feelings, emotions. Maintaining objective awareness of your inner problems is always preferable to becoming entangled in external circumstances. True inner freedom is attained by objectively watching your problems rather than becoming lost in them. While immersed in the energy of a problem, no solution can arise. Once you assume the seat of consciousness, you can begin to alleviate these personal disturbances. Start by observing. Be aware that you are aware of what is transpiring within. It is a simple practice. As you do, you will notice that you are observing a human being's personality, complete with strengths and weaknesses. It is as though there is another presence within you. You might even describe it as having a roommate. If you wish to meet your roommate, take a moment to sit in complete solitude and silence. However, instead of encountering stillness, you will be greeted by incessant chatter. And there, right on cue, is your roommate. Despite your intention to cultivate inner quiet, your roommate refuses to cooperate and continues to talk incessantly. Imagine the liberation if you no longer had to carry this burden with you wherever you go. But first, you must realize that you have been locked in there with a maniac. In any situation or circumstance, your roommate can suddenly assert, "I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk to this person." Instantly, tension and discomfort arise. To truly grasp the nature of your inner roommate, personality, to truly grasp the nature of your inner roommate, personify it externally. Pretend that your roommate, your psyche, has its own physical form. Spend a day with this personified version of your roommate. Will you dare to embark on this experiment? Rather than trying to silence this person, endeavor to understand the internal dynamics of this externalizing the voice. If somehow this voice were to manifest in a body separate from your own, and you had to carry it with you everywhere, you would not last a day. If you yearn for liberation, you must first become conscious enough to comprehend your predicament Then commit yourself to the inner work of freedom. As it stands, your life is not truly yours. It belongs to your inner roommate, your psyche. It is time to reclaim it. Stand resolute in the seat of the witness and release the grip of the habitual mind. This is your life. Reclaim it. Here we go again. Awakening the essence of the self. As you embark on the journey of self-discovery, you come to a profound realization. You are not who you believe yourself to be. You are not merely a human being. You are the witness observing the human experience. Within the depths of your consciousness, you will encounter transformative experiences that reveal the true nature of self. These experiences will be intuitive and profound, unveiling the expansiveness of your being. By shifting your focus from form to consciousness, you recognize that your consciousness appears limited only because you have fixated on limited objects. As you detach from the physical and psychological aspects of your being, you naturally align with the flow of pure energy. In doing so, your center of gravity shifts towards the spiritual dimensions. This shift occurs not by reaching out for the spiritual, but by relinquishing attachment to the rest. There is no alternative path. The personal self cannot connect with spirit. It must be released. As you release it, you find yourself drifting backward. With each step backward, you ascend higher, higher in vibration, and higher in the abundance of love and lightness you feel. You begin to soar on a continuous and ever-increasing progression. Contemplating the nature of self is akin to meditation, the highest state of consciousness. It is a return to the core of your being, the simple awareness of being aware. When you become conscious of consciousness itself, you enter a completely different state. You become aware of who you truly are, an awakened being. It is the most natural state of existence. Here I am. Here I have always been. It is as if you were engrossed in watching a captivating TV show on the couch, and someone gently shook you, bringing you back to awareness that you were sitting on the couch watching TV. Nothing else changed. You simply stopped projecting your sense of self onto that specific object of consciousness. You awakened. This is spirituality. This is the essence of self. This is who you are. As the individual drop of consciousness recedes far enough, it merges with the vast ocean of existence. The Atman, the individual soul, dissolves into the Paramatman, the supreme soul. The individual consciousness merges with the universal oneness. The drop of consciousness, which represents individual spirit, is akin to a ray of light emanating from the sun. The individual ray is inseparable from the sun itself. When consciousness ceases to identify itself solely as the ray, it comes to recognize itself as the sun. Being merge into the state of realization. ask the question, who am I? This seemingly simple inquiry carries profound depth. Ask it ceaselessly, continuously. As you do, you will discover that you are the answer. This is no intellectual response. You embody the answer, be the answer, and everything will transform. I'm just going to take a couple moments. That's a lot to take in. It's a lot to consider. It's a lot to meditate on. It's a lot to practice. But at the same time, just like it said, start to ask the question, who am I? It can be as simple as that. So start considering listening to the inner roommate, the incessant chattering, the maniac within. That if that maniac was right next to you, it's the part where it's talking about you wouldn't last a day, not want to be friends with that. You'd start to notice that it tries talking you into one way, and then one little second later, it'll talk you into completely the opposite direction. If somebody was truly advising your life that way, you would not pay them, you would fire them. You would definitely not be friends with them. But having the opportunity to watch what's going on, it is your mind. So you have all the rights to start watching, waiting, listening to the voice that is going on, that is driving you, that is driving your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions. You start to think and see it as subject object. You can start to consider who is watching that. And as you start to realize that that part is separate and you can watch those voices, you can see the roommate, then you can start realizing how up close and personal that roommate has been driving your life. If you continually come into that witness place, there is an opportunity that you can take your life back. There is an opportunity that your personality does not have to be the driving force that continually takes you off course. As you slowly take your life back from sitting in that witness place, in that consciousness, As you sit in the place that's higher up, that God places you, you can watch over these things and not be drawn into this personality. It is a huge opportunity. God gave you the will. It is your body. It is your mind. It is your emotions. These are your tools that He gave you to operate within this place. It is your life, and you can take it back. This is the place. As you start to watch that roommate, you can start watching the thoughts and the ideas and the beliefs. And as it becomes super up close and personal, you can watch. You can start to feel how uncomfortable it seems. It's when you start noticing the anger arise, the agitation, the annoyance, the anxiety, the depression. You're just too up close and personal sitting on the couch watching the TV. You're super identified with what's on the TV. You're not the subject anymore. You've made yourself and related yourself to the object. There's an opportunity when you take breath to disconnect, come back to the witness, watching the object. In that place, you're not so up close and personal. Your beliefs are not everything. Your thoughts and emotions don't have to run you. You're sitting in that witness consciousness. You're actually using your mind connected to that consciousness. You're aware. You're separate from it. When you're separate from it, you can keep your aligned actions so you don't have to ask for your character back. I'll give you another couple moments to see if you can settle down. Just like cockroaches, when you start trying to see your thoughts, they all scatter and disappear. But just sit there and listen how quick all of a sudden you just start to float off into something else. It draws your focus. It draws your consciousness into it. Start having the opportunity. You can watch those thoughts and ideas like clouds passing in the sky. Start to be okay just watching them. And as we train to do this here within our meditation, not having to escape into some other thought, you can do that all day long. But here, as we start to watch those, as we settle in, there's nothing here to fear. So we can sit here and we have the opportunity to watch those. And as we train here, then there's a huge opportunity you can disconnect from the world and watch your thoughts and your feelings as you function in your day-to-day activities. And as your day-to-day activities draw you in, you have a moment to breathe, come back to the seat of the witness consciousness, your awareness, to the subject-object relationship. See that you're too up close and personal in your day-to-day activities. Take a breath and disconnect. Process whatever you have to. And continue about your day in the witness, in the seat of the witness consciousness. It gives you an opportunity to not waste yet another day stuck in that up-close personality, just wasting away in that. Now, as we start to end this meditation, we're sitting here in this awareness. Start to remember this place. This is again just the beginning, but if you remember this place, you can start to identify when you're in your personality. And more, you'll start to learn what it is to be in your heart, not inside your mind. So again, we'll start coming out as we get engaged into the world. The world is very distracting and pulls us out of our center. And it's interesting to watch how quickly you'll give up your center just to be inside the personality. Once you start watching the differences, you will truly start to see how quickly you engage with everything. Again, leaving your center. It's okay though. It's your life. As soon as you notice, very gently, with compassion, come back to your center. Okay, so we're going to start having conversation. Like to start asking and see. We'll do it in such a way where we're talking about the roommate. Okay? But if somebody's watching and talking about the roommate, try to stay within your center. Come back to it each and every time. Nice. Who's gonna go? Who wants to talk about their roommate?
I'll go.
Okay, Paulie.
Franklin. Oh wow, that's loud.
It's good. Franklin?
Franklin.
Is that his name?
That's his name.
Ooh.
It is today.
Nice. Nice.
Franklin. He's a noisy, disturbed individual. Disturbing. He's just disturbing, not disturbed. Turn that down.
So Franklin It's very disruptive, disturbing. Like how?
I don't know if he's ADHD or what. They're just all over the place. You know, and, I get disturbed. You know, now his disturbance to disturb me, which disturbs other people, is an ongoing event. You bring yourself back to it, just like, nope, you're not shutting the door on me. Like, yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. That's Franklin.
It's good. Anybody else, Joe?
I just kept thinking, or the voice in my head. It wasn't voice, it was visual. It kept thinking of that movie, Mr. Brooks. Like,
yeah,
he just keeps listening to that demonic inner voice, you know. I don't know if that part. Yeah. Anyways, that reminded me of when he was in the car and the guy's in the back seat. His mind is in the back seat talking to him like, you should go up there. You know.
It's like, no, I made a resolution. I'm not doing it. It's like, yes, we are.
Have you guys seen that movie? I mean,
what movie is this?
Mr. Brooks. Yeah.
Movie
Kevin
I'd have to watch.
Costner.
It's pretty crazy.
Definitely a movie I need to watch.
It's, if you want to talk what she's saying right now about the voice, it's a good movie, but it is disturbing.
Mr. Brooks is what it's called.
Yeah, and it literally would be the same. This voice, this roommate that we're talking about, literally is sitting in a back seat and has a personality and a body, and it's pretty wild. Good job, Joe. That is a perfect. Yeah, I forget who the guy in the back is, but he is really good. And Mr. Brooks ends up, he's the man of the year in the movie, but the personality is a killer. And the two of those are just like, he's the man of the year, businessman, everything, and the other guy is like a maniac.
Well, I did identify a name for, you know, my inner self, my inner being. It causes 80% of my problems. The other 20% I physically cause myself. And his name's Paul. Actually, I should say his name is Saul. We, by nature, tend to want to tear other people down to build ourselves up. We want to, you know, basically rule not only our own lives, but the lives of others, because we have that power struggle. Mankind has come to be, through our sinful nature, power hungry, greedy, hence why the world is the way it is today.
Yeah.
If you can identify within yourself through meditation, through biblical training, how God wants you to respond, you can identify that person. As you said, you can set them aside and allow God to work within you to put you where He wants you. But human nature is to do it ourselves. And that's why we fail.
Yeah, so I'll just let you know that your words matter. So it is a practice to be, when we speak, just, it's good.
Plus, online, they need to hear you, because if you don't speak in the mic, they can't hear you. Okay.
Um, so as I was sitting, I had to get up and move because I was falling asleep, and that's like my inner voice today kept telling me like, stop moving or stop doing this, or, and it's like how everybody just kind of tells you to stop being yourself and like do what's comfortable for you. That's how I took it, at least. Usually I am the distraction in the room because that's just my personality. But trying to separate myself from that, I had a big eye opener of that today, where I was sitting just over on the floor and I kept hearing it. I pushed it away, and then I was just like, oh, so this is what it's like to be still for once. Because I do have ADHD, so I jitter and I jam, like, I just word vomit all the time. So I was gonna say he could attest to that, and I never stopped talking. And to sit in silence was one of the hardest things for me, and to hear the inner voice just keep telling me to continue on and just like, break the silence or do stuff like that. I really saw how much of a nuisance I can be to others with that side of me. So
It's good. Yeah. It's interesting to see and watch. And really, it's a good thing that other people love us and they help us with that. But it is interesting when we can start to notice it within ourselves, then we can start listening. Oh, well, maybe we can pay attention. It's good. What do you got, Natalia?
I brought you a microphone.
Yeah.
You're gonna use that one.
No, it's on. Okay.
Do as you're told.
I also have ADHD, and it's definitely something that like gets in the way of a lot of things. Like I have issues sleeping. No phone, no TV, no lights on. Like I will literally stay up and just think. And sometimes it gets to a point to where it's like I will stay up all night. And I found out that some people they don't they they have, I don't know how to explain it. They can't picture things in their brain. Like when they read something, they don't have images in it, and some people like just all think way different. And like the fact that some people are able to just like shut that voice up it was bizarre to me, because I always hear it going on and on and on. And like with meditation and stuff like that, like I'll try and just like work on my breathing, and eventually it'll always trail onto something else, and I'll be thinking about something else without even knowing that I am. And like it's definitely been something I've always like, I talk a lot too, like I definitely do, and it's always something I've been trying to like realize that like there's times you just need to shut up sometimes, and yeah, that's all I had to say.
It's good.
It's honestly, it's not so much about shutting up that inner voice. It's about being able to disconnect from it. Isolate the person that God really calls you to be, and let him spend time with God. Eventually what's going to happen is that inner voice, that roommate, is going to become less and less and less of an effect on your life, but they'll never go away. Because unfortunately, our personality, our as everyone calls it now, the roommate, is always going to be there, because somebody, the evil one, wants you distracted from what God's ultimate goal for you as a person is.
I also wanted to add, how you mentioned that like some people can turn that off? There are some people that don't even have it at all. So when we just sit there and think in our head all night long, because that happened to me 2 nights ago. I was sitting there watching because my kids and I share a room together. I was just watching them sleep, and my head's going, just rambling. But what I did to help kind of break away from that was I went from my bedroom to my living room and sat on the couch in complete darkness. And I just sat there and, you know, I prayed, and then I turned on my little light. I got my Bible out, started reading. Boom, instantly everything turned off and I went to bed. So I don't know if that's something that could potentially help you, but you could definitely give it a try.
What you think, Allison?
I don't know if I have a name yet, but I feel like the roommate came from a position of protection. Like it kept couching it as trying to protect me and just wanted that control because it knew better. I don't know. That makes sense.
Yep.
And it's just kind of trying to look back. It sounds weird, but trying to find a motive behind it, like, and looking at the advice or reactions or whatever that it was trying to tell me to help protect. Is I don't know.
Yep. I think it's very interesting to watch that as well. Is it about perfection? Is the voice trying to protect you? Is it tearing you down? Is it the same old story? Like watching over that repetitive part is just one interesting part to see what is going on, and probably what has been going on forever. And then after that, what do you identify with? And then when it becomes personal and real, what actions soon follow that later on you got to ask for your character back? We all can start to watch and notice this voice, but what choices do you continually choose to identify with that are derailing your life? What do you think? What you got, Tim? What do you think?
Wow. My voice, um, hypercritical. Um, like that's not the most efficient way to do something, or why are you driving 10 miles slower than the speed limit in the left lane, or there's a better way to do that, or do I really want to do this? It's just annoying. And you unpacked a lot, but what I really liked, and I never really experienced before, is when you said um, observing as a witness. And when you're thinking about your thoughts, you see them, but when you're in this certain spot, when they go by like clouds, um, I really appreciated that. I never really experienced that before.
Yeah, very, very cool. There's, yep, I just kind of will. You can imagine yourself sitting inside your house, looking out the window, unaffected as the storm, as the clouds go by, as the wind picks up and the storm sets in, as it blows the trees and everything, as it can end up being more of a hurricane at times in your life. And you can watch what's happening as that hurricane is taking effect on your life, and you're still sitting inside your house just watching this storm take place, and you don't have to be a part of that. You can also imagine it as sitting on a bench waiting for a bus, watching the traffic go by, and then all of a sudden you're stuck in a thought, and you've been down the road, and then all of a sudden you just get out of that car and go sit back on the bench. And as you watch those cars go by, those are your thoughts going by, and just gently come back to the bench. But a lot of times, man, you get triggered, you're inside that car. Sometimes I picture it, I'm inside some kind of big bus or a tractor trailer, right? That's not what I want to be in driving. I want to be sitting on the bench just watching stuff go by. Okay? So those thoughts, whatever it, you end up holding those as some kind of belief or a thought, and you identify with it, and you just follow that down, and then next thing you know, you're engaged in something that you wish you weren't. Okay, very cool. Yeah, that was a big one for me. Yep, I practice that often. Nathaniel, what you think?
It's pretty profound stuff because I've lived with that voice in my head for way too long, and I've never thought about it from this angle. So it's going to take a while to chew on that. But as of right now, I've named mine Maniac because that's what he is. I often catch myself and I'll just like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I'll catch thoughts going through my head, and I'm like, dear God, that is not me. What is that? That's just craziness I'm thinking about. So Maniac's about the best name I can come up with right now.
It's good. It is good.
Dexter.
Yeah, keep coming back to that place over and over, watching that voice, identifying it, seeing it, watching it, waiting and watching. Emma, what you got? No, not yet.
I just realized it's very, I mean, it's simple, but it's like very busy. And so like he's saying, like sometimes, or what's his name? Oh, Nathaniel was saying like sometimes it's like you say something that like you don't even think is you. It's like what the heck is going on? So just like stuff like that, like stuff you'd never think, like And then like I don't know, I'm just always thinking of like a bunch of things like at the same time or jumping from one thing to another. So like meditation can like help calm it down, but it also can be like where I actually like get even worse. Sometimes it just depends, but yeah, it's very busy.
Yeah,
I'm wondering what she thinks about when she's about ready to rip that bar in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's mind blowing to think that I've been living with a maniac for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
That's a terrible roommate.
Yeah. I hear you, bro. Like, yep. It takes a lot of work in a way, but the idea of knowing like we don't have to live like that for the rest of our life, though. You literally don't. So setting in very intentionally with these practices, we do slow those down. You have the opportunity to not live in that place. And I for surely don't have to be friends, best friends with that maniac the rest of my life. It's good. Wahid?
Hello.
Yeah, we got you.
Um, I don't really have much to say. Like everything is kind of scattered everywhere. Me right now, I'm just trying to like separate my thoughts from like who I am or like the reality.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know how to say it, but it's just like you exaggerating your situations or moments in your head. Meanwhile, in reality, that's not how things are. But so just bringing myself to see the reality of things and then how things are going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. but not living in my head and then all those those stuff.
Yeah, just and it's a part. I mean, this is just one little perspective to get us one little perspective of, hey, let's just separate that. So all of those thoughts, all my beliefs, all those things, let me separate from that. We're just looking at it in this way as a separate person. I'm separate. I'm not those thoughts. I'm not those ideas. I'm not those feelings. Those are separate, and I can see those as separate from me. And then we can start asking the question then, so if I'm looking at those thoughts and feelings and beliefs, who is the one watching those thoughts and feelings and beliefs?
Yeah.
That is who I am at my core being. I am the one that is that consciousness that is watching that. Okay, when you start seeing yourself as separate from those, it's huge. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? We're right up at the top. We're just already past a little bit. Anybody else? Good, good. This can be a practice that you're going to do for the next 50 years of your life. Okay? This does not, like if you do this and you keep coming back to this place, this is not something that you do once or twice. You've literally been practicing the way that you are up close and personal for your whole life. Having the option to be separate from it. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. You're not that voice. Taking a breath, sitting in that consciousness, sitting in that other place. It takes what some would say discipline, but that is where you get to sit and choose. You get to watch and wait. You're waiting, watching, choosing, maybe for the first time in your life, not driven by your beliefs, your thoughts, and your emotions. And I know I'll ask you, do you choose? And everybody's going to say, yes, I choose. But I honestly, when I take a step back, especially when I thought I was choosing alcohol and drugs and alcohol, and I thought I was choosing then as well. And obviously I didn't want those to be directing my life. When anger is ruling my life, I definitely also am not choosing that by purpose. It is literally my emotions that were driving me. So no matter how much knowledge you have, you can know the Bible inside and out, and your personality will still grab a hold of you, and you will identify with it. And then later on, you ask for your character back. When we practice this in a place like here, it seems possible. Then we can practice it in our everyday life when we're not triggered. And then when you are triggered, there will be moments where God absolutely, He does transform that. And you get triggered and you don't try to justify your actions. Well, I'm just human. He literally will transform that place over time. Okay? Try to practice that. Good. Sean, you pray so?
Yeah.
Right on.
Father, thank you for everything. Thank you for life today. Thank you for breath. Thank you for the moments. Help us to cherish them and treasure them. Help us to see what you see. Help us to manage ourselves and the things that you've given us wisely today, so that people can see our life and know that we want to honor you. Help us, Lord, with this inner man. Help us to see it correctly. Help us to do the things that you would have us to do to understand it better. Help us to be the examples that this lost and dying world needs. Help us to be the modern Stoics. Bless this group, Lord, as we go out and do your work. In your holy, holy Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Go out there and conquer the day with Christ, brothers, sisters.
I gotta go see a judge about a no contact
With the maniac inside.
Everybody's like, oh, what?
Huh?
No.
Love you all. Later.
This is Franklin.
Later, Tim, Nathaniel, Allison, Wahid. Later.
See, Ray, you brought up a very good point.